Stop. 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 Thank you. Oh, doesn't that feel better? Listen, we've got to be careful about what we're putting inside of our bodies. And I don't just mean food. Stay tuned for episode 27. I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about.
I'm Simone, she's TSED. I'm Simone, she's TSED. I'm Simone, they call me TSED.
Like that.
I'm Simone, she's TSED. I'm Simone, she's TSED. I'm Simone, they call me TSED.
Like that. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's talk about this. What are we putting in our bodies? Now, you can think of the word consume, right? To take in. And usually we think of consuming as eating food. But as consumers, we're taking in things all the time. So let's start with the obvious one. The food, right? Obviously, the food enters our body through our mouths and goes through our entire system. And we have to be careful with that for all the obvious reasons. You've heard about the sugars, you've heard about the chemicals, all the things. And we have to be careful. Now, let me tie this to self-esteem for you. Remember that all of the things that we eat are supposed to go into our body, in our cells, and actually help fuel this body. I know you heard it before, but I'm going to say it. It's like gasoline in a car. Gasoline matches the car. Unless it's diesel, then you need diesel fuel to go in that engine. Unless it's electric, then you got to plug it in. But the point is, you've got to put in what that particular body, car body or human body, needs. And our body does not need the quantity of sugars that we're having and the chemicals, and you get the picture. So basically what happens is all that extra stuff that goes into our body starts to affect our brain, our mind, our attitude, our energy. And that is reflected in our behavior. Ultimately, the way we are thinking and the way we are feeling is affected by what we're eating. I'm not telling you to go outside and just sit in the garden and eat all day. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right. Maybe you don't want to go in the garden and eat all day. I get it. I'll go by myself. But I do have maybe a more reasonable solution for you. We just introduced a new course in our academy called Holistic Health for Beginners. Of course, I'm going to link it in the description. Check it out. Tons of tools for you, talking to you about how to make these healthy eating choices, but it's kind of in a fun way with some really easy, awesome recipes that I love. Yum. And it's brought to us by Noelle Murray, who is a beautiful, wonderful, holistic health coach. So you definitely want to check that out. And now we move on to the music. Did you know that the things that you're listening to really have an impact on your brain? You are listening to certain melodies and tunes and tones and words, and it's all so catchy, so easy for your brain to remember. And when your brain is remembering these things, you're making connections inside your head to make some of these things become your natural thoughts or really easy to think about. And eventually, when things are really easy to think about, they start to become like a part of your belief system. And then all that starts to turn into part of your mood, your temperament, your personality. So it's super important that we care about what we're listening to. Now, I'm not saying you gotta delete all the music apps off of your phone and not listen to anything cool. I think I'm saying that too. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not saying that. Just kidding. What I am saying, though, is we want to be careful and aware of what we're listening to and how much of it we're listening to. So let's just get some balance. My biggest recommendation here is turn on the radio sometimes and listen to that, funky, awesome, cool stuff that might not have a great message, but then every now and then on purpose, go and turn on something that you can listen to that is filling you with positivity, pumping you with ideas about self-love and loving others and caring about our planet and just having tons of fun in a really positive way and being happy. And then there was this. I know most of us probably don't scroll through on an official TV anymore. We're using our phones, we're using the computers, all these different things. The point is that whatever we're watching, we've got to remember there's a lot of psychology that goes into that. A lot. Yes, meaning that the colors they use on the TV shows and the movies, the sounds, the music, the sound effects, it's all designed to get emotions out of you. And once your emotions are involved and your thoughts are involved, you are now creating a really, really great map in your mind of how you're going to think and feel. So I heard this once. Ready? Tell a vision. It's literally telling you the vision to have. I don't know who to give credit to for that, but it was pretty awesome when I heard it, and it is so true. So be careful when you're watching television. Am I saying to delete all of your show apps and your movie apps? No! The point is to be careful about what we're watching and how much of it we're watching. Change that channel sometimes if that thing is kind of like getting in your head and you're changing your mood. And sometimes you don't even know it's changing your mood. Hey, adults and parents out there, are you falling asleep to the news? Stop that. Stop that. Right now. Don't do that. Falling asleep to the news, especially when it's like the bad news, it's getting pumped over and over and over again, really leaves you with a bad feeling coursing through your body as you fall asleep. You go to sleep and enter the subconscious state in that negative, worried, anxious state, and you wake up and you're already having a bad day. Eyes are open and you're like, ugh. Sometimes that is a result of what you're watching and consuming. So remember, we're taking in with our mouths, we're taking in with our ears, and we're taking in with our eyes. And that brings me to one little bonus point I want to make about our social media and our tech and our phones. When we're there scrolling, we have so much more power than you may realize when we are scrolling through social media. We actually have the power to block, delete, follow, unfollow, like, unlike certain accounts that are making us feel a certain way. I want us to utilize that power. Starting now, use your power! Use your power! Use your... Think of your phone like a scrapbook where you want to collect the best of the best and things that make you feel good and have great thoughts and great memories and great hope for the future. That's so important because everything that we are seeing and hearing and eating and talking about and thinking about is becoming part of us, part of our cellular makeup, part of our structure, part of our thought pattern and our brain waves. And we want to be very careful about what we are feeding and what we are consuming to ourselves. You guys know I don't just pump you with a bunch of things to think about without giving you some solutions. So here we go, solution time. When it comes to things that you're watching, now you are aware, and I want you to care about what you're letting into your mind and be aware that it is changing and affecting the way that you're thinking and feeling about yourself. That's self-esteem. So from now on, I want you to watch things that are actually going to help you, uplift you, empower you. Yeah, you can keep finishing the series that you're already watching that's all about some kind of destruction and not good stuff. Fine. Of course, you're going to have some balance in our lives. Just start to watch a little bit more positive stuff. Let me think if I can think of something. Oh, I know. A Positive Mind with TSED. Besides watching this show every single Sunday, I also want you to log into the Academy. When you log in, you're going to be able to find classes like the Easy Self-Esteem Builder, which pumps you filled with so many positive things and thoughts and ideas and concepts. And also the Self-Esteem Blueprint. That's another great one for all ages, where you can get just more positivity in your life. So keep an eye on those things and all the other positive shows that the world is putting out there that sometimes we're not seeing. Keep an eye out for them. When it comes to music, like I said before, you're going to keep a nice balance. Listen to what you usually listen to, enjoy it, jam out to it, but also make sure that you incorporate some new music and some new sounds and some new audios and some meditations and just some stuff that will help you to feel much better, just really, really good about your life. And then the food, eat in the garden. That's all I got to say. Okay, now, and also check out our holistic nutrition for beginners course also in the Academy. And also I have a magazine, which you might see right there, that has come out for the summer and the fall, and I want you to check it out. It has so many good resources in there for you. It's a part of what you're seeing is that reading concept also. So reading, watching, listening to, eating, scrolling, all of that, it's a part of what we're consuming, including what we're thinking. So you've got this, you've got some tools, you've got the Academy, you've got me, you've got the show, you have lots of resources. So let's be positive. Let's nurture a positive mind with TSED. I couldn't help it. I'll see you next Sunday.
I'm Simone, she's TSED. I'm Simone, she's TSED.